Welcome to Hot Takes, where we talk about debatable topics. Today, the question is, should you spank your children? A little tap.
This one's great because we aren't even parents, but we're going to give you our thoughts.
I wasn't really spanked at all, so I'm going to say no on this one. This is a no on me because I came out fine. I didn't get spanked.
I definitely got spanked, and I definitely think it works, even though I was a terror as a child. I think there's a time and place for it.
I didn't do anything wrong to get spanked, though. Like, I'm sure I did shit wrong.
Here's what I'm going to say. There's a lot of, from my perspective, a lot of entitlement out there. Kids brought up that way. It's all about eliminating that. Whether it's spanking, not spanking, however you eliminate that behavior, that works for me. So I don't think spanking's required.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's required. I think there's other ways to get the point across.
Did you not just say however it gets done
I think
you're okay with, but then say spanking's not?
Oh, snap.
It's not required.
I need you to have a stronger argument here, Ryan.
It's not required. You don't have to spank your kid.
All right, so you're officially a no.
100%.
Were you who was like a soap and a hot sauce kid where they got that?
Okay. So those are obviously other means. I used to just tell my mom, yes, I love it. More, please. And then the wooden spoon came out. But
Wooden spoon. That is the most Italian thing I've ever heard in my life.
yeah. Oof. That one left a mark, literally and figuratively. No. I think the proper way to do it is it should be your last resort, right? If it's frequent, then I think it could also promote bad behaviors.
For sure.
Right? But if all of your other tactics aren't working and you do this so infrequently this is when the kid knows, I should never do that again because I don't want to experience that ever again. That's when I think it's acceptable.
Just give him a little juke.
Little love tap. Right on the
Scare 'em.
hiney.
I don't even think.
Cold shoulder tactic. Parent just stops talking to them.
Oh.
Then they know they messed up. You don't even got to touch them. Don't got to be physical. It's just, hey, Mom. Nope, nothing. Stone cold.
That's what happened with you? Stone cold.
A lot of things happened to me. Listen, I basically had the door taken off the hinges. Isolation. Spent a lot of time in isolation, but the door was off so they could see what I was doing. So it's basically you fuck up to the room. You fuck up real bad. I slammed the door before. Now you can't slam the door because the door is off the hinges. No physicality, but you ain't fucking talking to no one. So.
Yeah.
So you just got grounded. There was no spankings involved.
Basically.
I think a common tactic, though, similar to that, which is probably more so now that I've seen, is the taking away of, like, phones or, like,
Taking
video
away
games.
Video games, yeah.
Timeouts. That's another tactic.
That's a big one now.
What age are we talking? If they got the tablet at 2 years old,
I mean,
that's
ridiculous.
But they
yeah,
do.
They do.
But they do.
That's how they keep
But I
you
don't
quiet at dinner and lunch.
Well, that's the
and
thing.
breakfast.
I think parents cave. That's why I don't think it's effective. Because they don't want the kid that just keeps crying and screaming and blah, 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 blah. Now, public versus private, I think, is another part of this, too.
Absolutely. Like, have you ever been in a store where, like, a little kid gets spanked?
I was just in one
It's
yesterday.
awkward.
I was in
How
It
does
is
it make you feel,
awkward.
right?
That's why you should
I would never
spank
be
your
that
kid.
parent.
That's why you should not do that.
No.
Well,
Like, you're not going to do it
Well, you
in
could pull them
private.
aside to a bathroom, the changing rooms or whatever if you're in a clothing store.
If
I
you
don't
bring
know.
your kid into a bathroom just to spank his ass in the middle of a place, and you're not going to do it in public, something's wrong.
Or you take
with
them home.
that
That's the other
situation.
thing. You just leave.
Yeah.
James, I think you just made an argument, though. You said how
And then you spank them.
The parents are caving
No.
on the discipline. The parents got to stay disciplined, stick to it. They don't just have to beat them, but they don't have to cave on everything. Just, stop crying and then give in.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
have to bring your kid to a remote location to spank them, you just don't spank them.
There's a problem there.
Someone's still
You're
going to
hiding
catch you
from
with the phone.
authorities.
Like, if you're like, okay, we got to go, and then just, no.
You're on
That's
aisle
not-
7 in Publix.
No.
Let's go. We're out. Okay.
No. Just
No
don't
ice cream
spank
for you.
'em. Then that method clearly doesn't work.
Well, I remember I said spanking is supposed to be infrequent. You're supposed to use other tactics. It's when it's only absolutely necessary. Like, you just can't get this kid to listen.
My mother went to a Catholic school, and she used to get smacked with a ruler by the nuns.
Yeah.
That still happens in Europe, by the way. They're still doing physical punishment in Europe.
I
In some
wonder-
schools.
No way.
Wonder what the
I
Dana
swear, I
looks
looked it
like.
up this morning. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Really?
yep. Europe has a lot of that stuff. I guess it's more traditional for like I think it kind of goes back to like religion and that kind of stuff because it was a big Catholic school thing, the paddle, and I think other religions have stuff similar.
We're going to negate your argument because we're trying to stay away from religion and politics. So, you're out.
And for that reason, you're out.
I think
Feel some
Animosity.
animosity.
I'm just
going
saying,
between
man.
the two.
Relying
I
on the
just-
Catholics. Come on, we got to
Listen.
be careful.
Yeah, I mean there's a religion play here, but at the same time, I don't think you need to spank your kid, and I think you're dwindling on that too. Like if at first it's like spank your kid, then it's like okay, well let's spank
I'm
him
not
to
saying
the bathroom
beat
and
the
spank
shit
him.
out of them every fucking day that they're alive and breathing until they're not. I mean,
Nah, just don't spank them.
no, I think it's an effective method.
Put them into sports. They'll get discipline there.
Let me get smacked around by a.
Again, there's
DB
tactics.
is
You can
running
talk
the ball.
tactics all day long.
But we're talking about specifically having to spank or not. You don't have to. There's a bunch
When you're
of different
when you're a
tactics
parent,
out
you
there.
come to me and tell me I just can't get this kid to listen to squat. Well, give him a little love tap, like Tanny said. Well,
Tap.
We'll spank.
little tap.
We're not.
But
no.
I don't.
I mean, if you're already no, never mind. It can't. No spanking, no physicality for the kid. Put him in isolation. You'll end up like
There's
me.
nothing
Everything
a
will
good
be okay.
little floppy sandal couldn't cure. Just a
Little sandal action. Flip flop.
I don't know.
What are
I
you
don't
playing,
see it. I
tennis?
don't think it's a viable method these days.
Yeah, it's a different time, right?
Do I think
Not to
it
say-
works?
Yeah.
Maybe. But
Not to say back then it was any better, but it's just a different time. I think with more research, with more data, you could look into what the effect is of hitting a kid.
yeah.
And again, we're talking about spanking, we're talking about hitting. At the end of the day, you're still laying a hand on your child, which a lot of people can look at that, see that, and not take it the right way
Nope.
from an
And
outsider.
It has been going down a lot. To speak to your point on this day and age, I think it was like something like the statistic was in the 50% area that's how many parents were spanking around. I think this was before 2017. Post 2017, it kind of dropped down to like 35% now. So that was the only statistic I could find out there. I'm sure it may be even going down even further, right? Because we're 6 years from that now. But
yeah, I think you have to look at the effectiveness on it. Like, does it actually draw back a result? I don't know.
that's another point too. Try it. See if it works.
I'm gonna test
You don't
this
know
out.
if it doesn't work.
I'm gonna test this out this month. see
I'm
what-
not
see what
saying
the
if it
results
works,
are.
Oh,
then do
wait.
it every freaking time. But
Oh my goodness, that's great.
Try it out.
Kid, try it out. You don't know. Oh, you don't like broccoli? Have you tried broccoli? It's the same thing. Got to try things sometimes in life.
No, what were you gonna say?
I got nothing. I do have something a little bit unrelated.
You got
to
nothing, but
this.
you got something.
I got
Let's
something.
hear it.
I always got something. Listen, going back to the in public thing, does it really matter what someone else thinks of how you discipline your child?
No.
Exactly.
But to your point, though, you are a hard no on disciplining your child by hitting them. So in a way, it probably would rub you the wrong way.
They better not tell me how to discipline my child.
Well, okay, wait. So when we say spanking too, that seems like a physical like hit, right? Are you also categorizing like grabbing them by the arm and yanking them out of the store? Is that physical punishment?
That's not a spanking.
I'm. It's physical punishment is really where I think we're at here. Okay,
If the kid's running
laying
around,
a hand on your child, right? Grabbing them by the ear, grabbing them by the hair, whatever.
Oh,
it's physical.
that's not the
That's not the
that's
same,
not the
yeah.
definition of
That's the same.
spanking. If I need to grab the kid by the hand, I mean, here's what I'll tell you. In public, if I grab the kid by the hand and then an adult comes up to me, I'll spank the adult. How
What
about
happens
that?
if the kid is
So-
in the store saying, "Daddy, you're hurting me"?
That can
he's
go.
saying daddy.
Physical punishment.
Listen,
no,
listen.
we just changed this up. This
We're
was
talking about
spanking.
spanking, not grabbing. No.
Yeah, you know why this is going this way? Because spanking is becoming less and less effective, I think. And
No, I think people are just getting more and more soft.
Because the
Well,
parents
that's a
are
totally
caving in.
And the kids
they're
are
not
also
disciplined.
getting more and more soft, taking advantage of their parents.
Once
They'll call the
again.
cops on their parents constantly. It's just I don't know. It's an interesting time. I think there's a time and place for it.
For sure.
I can't wait to be parents.
All right, we have no result on this one.
Probably because we're not parents.
Probably because we're not parents. So parents, tune in and let us know. Do you spank your child? Thanks for watching. Hot Takes.